All right, today we are at Unit 1, Lesson 1, Precontact. Today students will be able to analyze the relationship between people and the environment in a pre-contact period and evaluate the reasons for the establishment of a race-based class system. Our language objective for the day is that students will be able to identify true and false statements about North America before the European contact. Ultimately, our question that we're thinking through today is what was life like for Native Americans before the arrival of Europeans? So before there was any European contact, what did life look like? Today your task is to finish this document and turn it in. There's also a mastery check that needs to be taken and submitted in Elastic. It is titled 1.1 Pre-Contact, something like that. All right, our vocabulary for the day. The first one is Native Americans. A Native American is a member of any of the first groups of people living in North America or South America. So it's like really anybody who was native to this land, kind of pre-1492. So Native Americans is a term that is now most often used for people whose ancestors lived in North and South America before the arrival of Europeans in 1492. Oh, excuse me. Remember we sort of used that date, 1492, to talk about the arrival of Europeans, because that's when Christopher Columbus and other Europeans kind of made their biggest mark. The second one is primitive. So our vocabulary word primitive means very simple and basic, made or done in a way that is not modern and that does not require or show much skill. So just because something is simple, though, does not mean that it's like always primitive, but we are going to see that this word is used by Europeans to describe a lot of Native American technologies and systems in a way that's just like not fair. A quick sentence for this: technology they used was primitive and outdated. All right, moving on. You are going to go to this video. It's excuse me, sorry. It's Tupac. His song Changes. This is just the lyrics. It's written out, kind of playing over the background. If you do want to just like also have a copy of it, you can follow this link here, Tupac Changes. It's like a copy of the lyrics if you want them as well. So you're going to listen to that, and then you are going to answer these questions below. So I would take a second, pause this video, listen to Changes, and then come back. Great. Now that you're back, question number 1 is asking you to think about what resonates with you as you listen to this song. So when you're listening to Tupac talk about changes, what are you listening to? Like, what are you thinking about? Question number 2 is, how do you think this song relates to U.S. history? So yes, there's some obvious things like he is from the U.S., but let's go a little bit deeper than that. Why do you think I'm having you start off the year by looking at changes in our U.S. history content? And then number 3, what are some things that haven't really changed throughout U.S. history? So think about like all of the context you've ever learned about U.S. history. What are some things that haven't really changed? I think this is particularly relevant now that we're thinking through a lot of things that we want changed as Americans. True, like fair and equal pay for equal jobs. We want Black lives to actually matter, that brown and black people of indigenous backgrounds lives to actually matter. And I think that's kind of relevant to today. And there are other things, fair access to healthcare, fair access to education. I think it's really prevalent to today. All right, this next section, we can fit this next section into this video. Actually, we'll end this video here, go on to part 1. You'll click on the video link above, or above part 1 to pick up on the next one. Thank you.